I'm thinking of school. I'm thinking of work. I'm thinking how much I hate my job. I'm thinking this is if I don't have to work that day. And I'm thinking of, what I can do to get out. Then I may, now, during all this time, anxiety is kind of up.
Okay.
Anxiety is kind of up, and you know, I'm kind of anxious. And then I may hit Craigslist, go on Craigslist to see about jobs on Craigslist. Maybe apply to some of those jobs. Then I'm thinking of places I may be able to go to actually show my face, to walk in, and um, then then I calm down. I may do my self-talk. Whatever I'm feeling at that moment. Then I may come out, watch a little TV, then go work out, and during that time, I'm still thinking. I'm thinking the entire day. I am thinking of it the entire day. If I have to work, I'm thinking of it there. I'm actually even at work. I'm looking in my email, and so it's just too much for me sometimes.
So basically, you rapid cycle through this every day.
Every day.
So if you had to pick up your phone, where you're at today, and you're talking into it. This is me, kind of role playing it as you described it to me. I pick up the phone, and it'd be like, my level of impatience upon waking was, high because I'm hungry.
I don't mean to cut you
Go ahead.
off. I don't mean to cut you off, but let me just say this, okay? I get this exercise, and I think it is. I think it would work well for some people, but I'm going to tell you that it would be difficult for me to do. It would, because I would be talking to my phone all day.
Okay.
I don't even think it's enough memory to just talk
Because it
about.
happens, so the frequency is so much. So you would
Frequency
say,
is too long.
It's all day.
So what, like, as far as a program like that, I would say, well, I'm feeling this way, that way, or whatever. It lasted this long. If it's lasting, like, if I'm sitting there and thinking about positions and stuff like that for an hour, 2 hours, how often am I supposed
So
to
you're
just
always
get on
at
my
the
phone
peak.
and say this and say this?
So you would say
it would be almost too much.
if you if you had to do it for 14 days, basically you're at your peak every day.
Basically.
Every single day.
Mm-hmm.
So is there ever a day that you wake up that you do something completely different? And are there days of the week that are different, that you feel differently?
Yes, and I'll tell you when. It is when I start feeling like I am obsessed with it. I will in it, but it takes a minute for me to feel that, to actually consciously say it to myself. What are you doing? Relax. You know what I mean? So I will, then I may wake up, and if I catch myself that day, but usually it's not in the morning. In the morning, I'm going to look. I just have to look. But during the day, sometimes I may be sitting there and thinking about it while I'm watching a movie, and then I'll get on my phone and I'll just be like, you can't even watch a movie. You know what I mean? I'll say that to you can't even just watch a movie. And then just before I came here today, I was watching. I watched a couple movies. It was a 3-part series, and that's what I was saying it to myself then. I was like, I love this. I saw it before, but I said I love this program. You know what I mean? Let me just not even think think about that stuff and watch the program for what it is and why I like it, instead of thinking while I'm watching it, hearing every third word, because I am thinking about whatever I'm thinking about, jobs, this, that, or the other. So I did a pretty good job then. I grabbed my phone. I play Words with Friends, a lot of Words with Friends. That helps too. I'm sorry I didn't mention that, but that really helps. So because I'm really good at it, and I mean, that's not the reason that it helps, but it's just fun to play. But so that was the only reason I was grabbing my phone during the program. I might check because there's certain levels you can get for playing in a certain amount of time. So I just want to make sure I get to those levels. But yeah, that was the only reason I was kind of grabbing my phone then. But I was just saying to myself, I just relax, and especially when it get so and also let me say this, because I tell you I think about it like all day, but at a certain time of the day though, I do get, the anxiety goes down, and that is that is in the evening. That is because at that time most businesses are closed. So the HR is closed, so they're not gonna send me anything. So my anxiety goes down then. It's during the day where I'm just a mess. I am just a mess. And then that is the perfect time. That's the ideal time for me to go work out. When I'm just going through that and I can get my mind off it and stuff like that. But yeah.
So what would it look like if you didn't have that energy expended on?
Oh man. I mean, what would it look like, or what would it feel like?
What would it look like? What would it feel like to not have that feeling of constantly needing to either be distracted, because playing games distract you're using a lot of distraction techniques to get your mind off a certain thing on purpose.
Yeah. Well, I think feeling wise it would just feel, I would feel healthier. I just would, my mind would be clearer. I mean, I guess, despite the impatience and, what is going on externally, because I can't control any of it. That bothers me too, but that's a whole nother session. But I can't control. So despite what's going on externally, I'm happy. Like, I know that is like almost a contradiction in a way, for me to be so frustrated with the system and what's going on outside of me, but inside, like me, I'm happy, like it, so I can't say that it would look like I would be happier, or I guess I guess I would be, because I would start feeling like things are getting better out there, because it doesn't feel like it's me, because I feel like I have everything that I need to excel in what I want to excel in, but it is just I can't get that outside, whatever's outside that's keeping me from, I can't get them to turn and look my way. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that would make me happier, thinking, oh yeah, things are starting to work out and stuff like that. But other than that, like, I'm cool. I feel good, despite my age, some minor aches and pains. But mentally, I feel pretty good. I feel, you know, I just feel like I am close to where I want to be educationally. The spiritual thing, I feel good that I'm recognizing the spiritual part and what I need to do to, walk closer with Jesus. And, I feel physically fit. So I'm good with that. It's just, these, in my life it's major, but someone else's might be minor, but it's just this one problem that I need to figure out as a whole, because there's so many pieces to it. There's so many pieces that I gotta pick out and, okay, do this, all right, figure this one out, figure this one out, this one out, this one out, this one out, to make it all just come together and make it all good. Even though, life is just hard, period.
Do you feel like, you talk about the outside, but if what he has on the outside is exactly what he has on the inside for you, and he has control of the whole entire thing, is it really the outside that's not allowing things to happen for you?
Well, that's what we can debate that. Anyone can debate that forever. You can say anything. Anything is what he is allowing or what he is doing, because he allows the devil to ruin things and stuff like that, to teach people a lesson. Okay, so whatever happens, whatever goes on, you can say because so I'm just saying,
Do you ever think, do you ever think of it sometimes as, I think, some people's, and they call it all kinds of different things, but it just, impatience is worry, fear, just all those things. Isn't it basically just the whole thing, the whole scope of it, all of those human emotions, just basically telling him, from the moment that you wake up, you basically say, if I don't control this, you won't? Agree with me, don't agree with me?
No, I agree with you, but
is that kind of basically what you're saying to him on a daily basis, like frequently, duration, and your intensity of what you are sending out to him as your father, is that I don't trust you to take care of not only the outside but the inside.
Absolutely.
And I have to lean on my own understanding and my own actions in order to get me where I'm going. And you yourself have to fight against the world when he really is the strength of the world and the power of the world.
I'm human. I'm human.
Absolutely.
I am not him.
Right. Absolutely.
So yes, that is absolutely what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still human.
Absolutely.
But if what is a person to say if this is just a hypothetical? Okay. Mm-hmm. What is a person to say if I walk into a company and there's another candidate sitting right next to me, and we are interviewed at the same time for a position, and I am more qualified than he is, mm-hmm. but I don't get the job, okay? I'm black, he may be white. say that it's a position, it's a company that has that goes by affirmative action, okay, in which